Hello, collective. This is Tan for Artemis Oracle. I was with my What's the News cards, and I got these three cards: Spiritually Woke, My Boo, and Laughter. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to read this because I could read it as one whole message or as separate messages, but I think that some of you may be awakening spiritually, that you're more connected with yourself than you've ever been. You're not allowing yourself to be caught up in illusions, to be deceived, or have your ego stroked, because this says self-awareness, cutting through illusions, and detaching from ego. Like, some of you may be in past. If this is a relationship reading as a whole, this is indicating that in the past that you may have allowed yourself to fall into other people's illusions and may have been operating from your ego rather than what was actually there, what was actually being presented, but that you ignored. Maybe you were operating off base desires. So with My Boo, it says official status, exclusive relationship, seeing each other openly. So maybe in the past you were in relationships where they weren't open relationships, and I'm not talking about like you seeing other people, but where it was out in the open, where people knew that you and this person were seeing each other. So some of you may be entering into a new phase where maybe you were in a secret relationship and now you and the person are now coming out as a couple, or you're no longer wanting to engage in secret relationships and wanting to be in partnerships where your relationship is known, it's not hidden. And I think that with the laughter, happiness, joy, healing, I think that this is something that you've realized was a cycle that you needed to end because it wasn't bringing you happiness. If anything, it was making you aware that you needed to heal. And now you're at this point where you actually have healed. And healing takes time, and healing is still a process. You could still be in the process of healing, but also having this realization that you don't want to engage in these types of behaviors. You want to be in a relationship where it's an open and honest, and everyone knows, no one can deny, no one questions. They know, people will know that your person is yours and you are your person's. And you know what I mean by that. It's not like they own you, but that you're together, that you're a couple. With the laughter card coming out too, it's possible that you can be meeting someone like this, and it is going to bring you happiness. But the first thing is, remember, you have to be happy on your own. Like Missy says, if you're not happy with who you are, then if you're not happy being with yourself, then why would anybody be happy being with you? You want to be, I think we have to be a reflection of the types of partners we want. Like for me, I'm going to use myself as an example. I don't really like people who are kind of lazy. They don't really want to do anything. They just want to stay home and watch TV or watch sports or play video games. I would like to meet somebody who actually wants to go travel. Someone I can, someone who could get me out of my comfort zone, because I would like to do those things, but at this point now I'm doing those things on my own. So I would like to meet somebody where I can do those things with them. So I'm using that as an example, So maybe some of you are going to be people who are more aligned to what you want. So it like I want to be someone who is, I want to be with someone who is more adventurous, or someone who likes to travel. So I'm becoming that person myself. I'm someone who wants to travel, who is actually traveling, So I think that as long as you're being true to yourself, that you're not really allowing yourself to settle for anything less than you deserve, and you are the person that makes your own dreams can come true, that you're going to be attracting the person that wants to be a part of your dreams. the person that wants to share memories with you, create memories with you, who wants to go on those adventures, who wants to do the things that you want to do. And it could be anything, you know. They could be the person that like if you're someone who likes to go to the gym and work out, then you know, you may meet somebody who is as health conscious as you are. If you're someone who likes to do extreme sports, then you're doing extreme sports, and then you're gonna meet somebody who also likes it, and then you get to share those experiences together, right? That's the whole point of what I'm saying, you know. And that, I think it can be possible, and I think that's just what the message is. I think that in order for you to find the person that will be your perfect match, you have to be a reflection of what your perfect match is, and maybe you're awakening to that, you know, because if you're the type that wants to sit at home and do nothing, you're most likely are not going to meet anybody, even though there are people that are just like you. So you're going to have to go out there and just to put yourself out there to find a person that's just like you, who happens to also be going out, but they actually don't really like to go out. They like to stay home and, you know, watch movies and stuff like that, you know. That's cool and all. Like, I like that too, right? But there's nothing wrong with that. You know, there are times where you want to rest, you want to relax, you just want to be at home, you want to chill. But then there's times when, you know, you want to do other things. So it's a matter of finding a person that's right for you, you know, who is your match in that sense. So I feel like I don't really know if there's any other message I can provide for you. Let's see what tarot. Would tarot be appropriate? No. Angel Answers. The Angel Answers deck is my first oracle deck. Someone gifted this in 2017. Mind you, I started my channel in 2023, but then I restarted it in December 2024. So this is my first oracle deck. Okay. Look for a sign. Look for a sign. And that's your spiritually woke. Look for a sign. Look for a sign. Look for a sign. Look for a sign. Your angels have a very special and specific answer to your question. You can expect to see signs right away that would have deep meaning to you. Many people see white feathers to indicate that their angels are with them, or they may smell scents from their childhood that they connect with a family member. Signs require focused attention, so be awake to the possibilities. Don't mistake synchronistic events for mere coincidences at this time. They are a message especially designed for you. This goes with the spiritually woke card, you know. So it's possible that the fact that you may be awakening to, you know, no longer allowing yourself to fall into other people's illusions, that you're becoming more self-aware, and you're becoming the person that you would like to be with, then you're maybe seeing signs and synchronicities that are basically letting you know that your boo is not too far off away from you. But unlikely. What's unlikely? Tell us about the unlikely. What's this unlikely? I can read the oracle book. Let's see. Unlikely. The situation you have asked about is unlikely to occur as you're imagining it. There may be a different version of events that will take place, or it may be that what you've asked about is simply not in your highest, greatest good. I feel like what I was talking about is like sometimes we anticipate things to work out a certain way. We have like this vision, we have this desired outcome. But I feel like with this coming out with my boo, I feel like this person, you may meet them in an unlikely way. It may be in circumstances that you don't necessarily expect, and it kind of goes with the look for a sign. You may meet this person and you may not think anything of it, you know. You could just happen across this person and you may not even know that this new person that you met, and I'm not telling you to be like, oh, this new person, are you possibly my boo? You know, no, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that you may meet somebody that you would not even think could be your boo. You're not going to be seeing them in that way, you know? So the person that you may be envisioning for yourself may be the unlikely person you end up with. And this reminds me of the romance angels cards that says your soulmate may differ from your usual type. So you may think that your soulmate looks a specific way, and I'm saying soulmate like my boo. Your boo may be a specific person. They may look a certain way. They may be your type, but this person may not be your type at all. Okay, what is this laughter? What is this laughter? No. What is this laughter? In the near future. In the near future. And that's pretty self-explanatory, but you know, maybe there's something in some nugget in the guidebook that may help us deepen the meaning of that message. What you are asking about will happen very soon, so you won't have to wait much longer. Stay optimistic and continue upon your current path. Be open to receiving. So it's about being aware, no longer being clouded by illusions or disillusioning yourself. You know, no more delulu. You know, be aware, be awake, and know that the possibility of you meeting your perfect match, the person that you want, the person that you have that official status with, the one that it's an exclusive relationship, that you're only seeing each other and you're seeing each other openly, that can be happening in the near future. In the near future, it could be anything, you know. I would say that's up to 6 months. I would say up to 6 months. I think up to 6 weeks is a little... So it could be up to, it could be, you could say, it could be 6 weeks for you, but it could be up to 6 months. Recovery, after healing. Yeah, the most important thing you need to do is heal yourself. Be healed, be happy within yourself, find joy within yourself, find joy in your environment. Don't rely on external sources or people to be a source of happiness for you. You need to find that within yourself, because before you meet this person, you're going to be on your own. You're not going to have anybody around you. You may have your friends, but that place that's meant for your special person is going to be, there's going to be a void, but you have to be able to not feel that void within you, because that void is external. It's an outside void. That void isn't within you. There is nothing lacking in you. Everything you have exists within you. If you have any holes, those are any voids, any spaces, any pockets that are missing anything, then those are pockets, spaces, and voids that you need to fill with happiness, light, joy, healing, focusing on what matters most to you, being true to yourself, and not trying to appease or mold yourself into what other people want, but about you continuing to fill your own cup. You know, you are your own ace of cups, and you get to decide what you fill in your cup, you know, and you get to decide, like Sonia's tarot says, you get to decide what you fill in your cup. Are you going to fill in happiness, light, joy, peace, or are you going to fill in stress, anxiety, depression, anger? You know, it's all up to you. So yeah, so I'm gonna leave the reading there. I hope this was helpful in some way. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. My name is Tan, and I'm your reader. And if you're interested in a reading, just check out the link in the description box or in the comment section. Take care. Bye.